We got literal wars, people being bombed in the Middle East from sunup to sundown, robberies, people getting shanked for $22 at the side of the road. I never understood the attitude some people have towards people who use substances. For all you know, that's the last thing keeping that nigga from just spazzing out. Oh, I know why. I actually don't. But I can make an inference that the war on drugs caused a lot of these perspectives, conclusions. The minorities, they're smoking the weed and stabbing newborn babies. Thank you, President Reagan. Let's pretend that President Reagan is in heaven. I know. If God gave me a choice, all right, he says, hey, you can either come to heaven or I can send both you and this pussy ass nigga Reagan down to the fiery depths for all eternity. Catch me in the lake of fire having a one-on-one boxing match with this motherfucker. I remember having Dare. It was like this program that tried to teach kids to stay away from drugs. Hey kids, stay away from drugs or you're gonna end up shooting pregnant women. It was actually more sensible than that. They taught you all the detrimental effects it can have on your body. Little did they know, okay, that shit was just a huge advertisement. I didn't even know what the hell weed even was until these niggas came up in the classroom and started preaching against it. Don't do weed. It can make you high. That's right. You miserable blacks plagued by socioeconomic struggles. This weed thing here, it's like a mini vacation, a temporary relief from your depressing ass life, if you will, by having the happy chemicals in your brain dance. So don't do it. I actually ended up winning the little mascot at the end of the year because I wrote the best essay in my class about the program. Fun little fact, all right? Don't even get me started on the flack churches gave you about doing any sort of substance whatsoever. Didn't matter what the hell it was. I just saw Brother Henry smoking a cigarette last Thursday. Let the congregation pray over his pitiful soul so he doesn't burn in hell alongside his family. There are two types of people, okay? People that abuse substances and people that abuse other people. And obviously there's more type of people than that, but let's just keep it short to make a point. All that mouth you giving these smokers, drinkers, pill poppers, and then meanwhile they're legit villains out there enacting their master plan on the local neighborhood. Giving any energy into bad-mouthing substance abusers is like a policeman seeing someone stealing a 50-cent bag of chips, and also a couple feet away he also sees someone pistol whip the shit out of a 13-year-old girl, and he's just like, fuck that. You think I'm gonna let someone steal Doritos from a store? That's my favorite brand. I'm a sucker for panhandlers. People think I'm getting fooled by giving these people money. They're just gonna spend it on drugs, right? Good. That's none of my business. I don't care who the hell is asking me for money or why they need money. If it's a good day and I got some extra change in my pocket, go ahead and spend that shit on whatever you want. Shit, it could be a fucking terrorist that needs 38 more cents to afford the materials for a pipe bomb. I don't care. In fact, I just got paid. Go ahead and take this $10 bill so you can use the change to get a double cheeseburger meal from McDonald's after you're done with all your terrorizing. Hold on, you're really giving druggies money? Yes, I am. For all you know, that nigga could have used the energy he got from that crack he just bought to file his taxes. People so damn judgmental, like relax, focus on yourself. This isn't to say certain substances aren't harmful to the person taking them, but I'd much rather someone take out their mental distress on themselves than on other people. Obviously, it's possible for someone to abstain from harming people and themselves, but it's almost like the more shame people add to a certain thing, the more rewarding that same thing becomes for people. Like instead of just being this thing that they do to relax, you've now added like this layer of liberation over their vice. I just emancipated myself from this person's standards doing this action. Like that's the type of mental you're kind of invoking in people. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe if you don't want to, but if you could please leave a like for the algorithm, that'd be very helpful. Okay. Have a good week.